Hey there. This is looking kind of janky, but figured we could do the reading today by the light of the thing I'm going to show you. I'm just going to do it like this until I'm done. So welcome to the Loose Lemire channel, firstly. Hi, welcome. You're in the right place. But like I said in the first video yesterday, for the rest of the month, just to kind of help with the eclipse, because I'm feeling quite calm, actually. The new moon is the one that tore me a new one with everything that was going on. And for this one, I'm feeling quite calm. So I figure the calm people who are not who are either in the eye of the storm or who are just quite calm by this um can help people who might be going through a lot of like angst or whatever during this time. If you are in the membership, something really timely is your shadow. Eclipses is a shadow time, and it's a good time to kind of unpack what's going on in your shadow. So check that out if you are in the membership. If you want to join the membership, you want to be on the wait list, send me an email with the subject wait list. In any case, today the energy tool that I want to share with you for this and for the July, oh Lord, what did I even say? For this kind of the day, um, just look for anything, but it's like a tool, is the diffuser. Not sure if you can see the smoke from it. Like it's really, I like the color changes. You can change the settings on so that it's not changing colors throughout. I kind of like that. I do a lot of different things with it, but I'm gonna leave those kind of intense details for the membership and what we do on. Um, but otherwise, for just everybody else, a tool that I wanted to share with you that helps calm me down and soothe me is using a diffuser. I do, unlike like the former energy video, like daily guidance video, I didn't have a link, but I was able to find something similar. It's not exactly this one, but it's pretty damn close. So your girl looked and looked and looked. I was like, I need to find something similar. So I found something, and the link is in the description box below for a similar diffuser. I believe it should change colors, and also has the functions of on and off, and it turns off automatically. And you can look that up if you want a diffuser, which I do recommend actually. It's just nice. Like I love my favorite shape is like smoke. Um, and you can put oils in there. And it's just awesome. It's really relaxing. It calms me down. It soothes me. The certain scent is nice because it fills up my space and some other stuff too that I use the diffuser for other work, other kind of like energy shifting work and clearing work and things like that. But that's not for now. So we're gonna do our daily reading for um, July 25th, I guess. Is that the day I put down? I don't know what day I put down. I don't know. Whatever. So I'm just gonna shuffle the cards. We're gonna do it by the light of this and like a helper light. Um, just simply because I think it'll be really cool um to do that. I am gonna put cards on here, so this is not like having some sort of like seizure warning. Um, because I recognize that not everybody can stand looking at flashing lights for long. So I am going to put a light on just to help, um, yeah, just to help with the flashing of the lights. So let me, yeah, that helps tone it down quite a bit. Um, okay. So let me just use the smoke and give a second for if you're having a day, take this next few seconds, like 30 seconds actually, to just breathe, just breathe and calm down rather than digesting content all the time. Like, take a second to breathe, and I'll breathe with you just to kind of. I'm not sure if you can listen to the noise, the calming noise of the diffuser. but let's just do that for a good like couple of seconds. Okay, so it is July 26th guidance. Okay. Alright, so we're doing July 26th guidance. Thank God that helped. That was really helpful. Alright, I hope you can see the smoke. That's like that's the part that I really, really love. But anyway, I was shuffling before and the soulmate card slipped out. Oh, well, it's gone now, but that's kind of nice. When we have some guidance for July 26th, please. For the people who will watch this video. So, seems like there's not much like lightheartedness today. It's kind of yeah, there's not really a lighthearted type of energy today, but I mean it kind of it kind of makes sense in that the moon so I was singing a song. It's called When the Day Turns into Night, or When the Day Met the Night by Panic at the Disco. And it talks about the golden hour. It's a very, very sweet song. So this does kind of feel like, because I mean, I think that the eclipse is on the 27th, but we're pretty damn close. Like the moon as of now, this moment is, well, the last time I checked, the moon was like 92%, 92.8%. So I'm pretty sure by now it's like 93%. I don't have my tablet to check the exact position of this moment, but tomorrow the moon is gonna damn near be full. So it does seem like those kinds of eclipsey energies will definitely be being felt for some in a certain way, but that's not really a bad thing in terms of what this is saying. It's a time for unfinished business. It's a time for for checking your loyalties, what you've been loyal to, and whether it's been loyal to you, or whether like you've been loyal to what exactly it is that you want for yourself. This is kind of cool. I like that I'm able to lean on it. I hope it helps stop with the flashing. And look, we can see the smoke. Yay! It's nice. Way to bless the reading. Thank you. And it's gonna be really kind of figuring out to me what's worth leaving and what's worth taking with you in this new phase, because unrequited love is here. So it does feel like there's like, it's like, it feels like some endings. Like it's serious. This is a serious energy, like I was mentioning with this, and then also playfulness came out in the reverse saying like, yeah, this is definitely like a serious kind of day. Something's missing, and it's sorting through all the types of things that are missing and leaving whatever isn't necessary behind and moving forward and out of the situation with what you're actually loyal to, what it is that you actually want. So what I've realized, I've been learning tarot on the side, right? That's gonna make me it's been grand. And something I've noticed is that I've basically, when I read with my oracle cards, especially Colette Baron reads his decks, I'm basically reading all major arcana. No wonder my readings are so big. If you've ever had a personal reading from me, sometimes they'll span over months, like 3 months almost, just about actually, because I'm reading such big energies, it's almost like I'm doing reading with all major arcana. So like learning tarot, I always knew that certain cards were tarot cards. Like, oh, this is that in the tarot, right? Okay, I get it. Like this is two of those tarot cards combined. I get it. I get it. And so I realized that when I do readings, they sound like really heavy and deep, and they really get to kind of like the overarching kind of theme or the energy of the moment because I'm basically reading all major arcanas. Why do I mention that? This today can be even kind of just not a solemn day in a bad way. It could just be one of those days. Like this could be a regular day. But what's happening behind the scenes, what's happening in your head is it's like the time of you like crossing a bridge sometimes can feel oh, the light is flashing. I'll do this. Crossing a bridge. If you're epileptic and this video might trigger you, please stop watching. Okay? Um, just listen to the sound and you don't have to like look at the video. I don't want any. I've been in the presence of someone having a seizure and it's not nice. I don't want that to happen to you. Just because I'm trying to like make the reading make sense with my tool that I'm sharing with you. So it can be one of those things where you can have just a regular basic ass day, but it's a day that's like humdrum, kind of like just a day, a regular day. But what's going on in the background, what's going on for you is that you're kind of moving through things in the flow of things without even realizing you are, like crossing a bridge, like driving your car. You're just kind of doing the mundanities of life, moving through rather the mundanities of life. And kind of as you're bathing, as you're driving, as you're doing the dishes, as you're working, as you're using the toilet, as you're stretching in the morning when you're going to work, like whatever it is, as you're just living your life, you're sorting through this unfinished business and leaving what's behind. You're entering into this kind of, I mean, this does really feel like kind of the what I've heard about the eclipse and what I've been getting intuitively because of the eclipse. Because I was like, why do I really want to talk about shadow with the members? Like, why do I want to share that with them? And then I was listening to certain things. I was like, oh yeah, eclipse is a blackout. Like, if that's not a time for shadow, I don't know what is. And then I also got a new deck, a deck I've wanted for a really long time, the Vice Versa Tarot, and that is a very like light shadow type deck. So I'm like, man, come through. Like you don't even have to be fully aware for you to be in touch with what you need to be in touch with. So anyway, it does feel like today or whatever has been going on, whether or not you're feeling it entirely, is it's still going on. Like you're still being affected by it. It's just affecting you differently. Where you're feeling like something is missing. Where okay, so you might be going against the flow in some way. Where it feels like you're going against the flow. Where it feels like you're just kind of there. Like whatever is missing. Spirit of place is such a hard one to like explain the concept behind it because it's just so deep. Like I'll have to read that. I don't really want to try. It might feel like you're going against the flow, but I don't think you actually are, to be honest. I feel like it might feel like you are, and perhaps for some of you in some ways you feel like things are going against the current of what you want, but it's an opportunity for you to really assess your loyalties and decide and come to some sort of engagement within self over what's worth moving forward with you in this new phase and what's going to be left behind. Because again, with the full moon, the moon is fully illuminated and the night sky is brighter. However, apparently with an eclipse, it's illumination that's kind of hidden. So it's illumination of a shadow, which again is what I've been talking about a lot in the membership, like a lot of shadow stuff. So it's a good time for us to really dig deep on what our loyalties are, where our predominant energies are at, and then move from that space into something new. And this actually is in line with the reading, the previous energy read that I did. I think it was for Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. I think it was Tuesday, which was about you kind of. It was, for some it was a sedation, for some it was some angst, and this could be some angst. But what I'm feeling as of this moment isn't so much. Like, yes, there could be some angst for sure. It's gonna vary from person to person, different levels of severity for different people. But for some who are still feeling in that sedated state, you are still, I dare say, in the flow of things. It just doesn't feel like you are, but you are. That is your flow. I'm gonna say that. I know what I'm seeing and I know what it is, but what I'm feeling is different. Um, I'm gonna read the Spirit of Place in Protection. It says, don't get entangled in details or desires that obscure the truth of your situation. Damn, what I was for just pretty much what I was saying about come through. Step back and ask yourself, what is the real nature of my inquiry? Even exquisitely seductive hidden agendas cannot conceal this. Yes, come through. Trust your intuition. The Spirit of Place is whispering in your ear. You hold the power to tell the truth, right? What are you loyal to? This is about you. Like, there might be situations, but I feel like these readings have been about you. Like, it's always been about you, but like, it really feels more about you. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It really is about, like, the spotlight is on you, but the spotlight is on us. Like, you listening, this is about you. Like, what are you really loyal to? What are you really asking about? What are you really following? Where are you really going? What It's time to kind of get more serious and focus on those things of what the unfinished business is and how you can move out of it, or move. It's because it's time to go, right? Like, it's time to go. So it's time to start packing up what you're taking with you. I'm seeing Judgment here, Judgment from the Vice Versa Tarot, and I wonder if I shuffled if it would come out. But it's essentially the that side, the Vice Versa side, is where the people are naked and they're taking only one thing with them that embodies exactly who they are. The woman is taking an egg and the man is taking I forgot. And the baby is taking nothing. He's just standing there all proud. There's like a 2.5 hour video where I go through the whole Vice Versa Tarot, and the link to that is also in that video to get the box, the deck. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing with this. It's like Judgment is asking, okay, like, judgment is upon us now with this kind of energy. If you're invited, you're invited to use this time, this deep purging time, this deep healing time, this deep lighting the darkness time, to get what you need to get and leave what you need to leave. What will you be leaving? What would you like to enter this new phase with? Trust your intuition. You hold the power to tell the truth, first to yourself, then to the world. You can always distinguish between an essence that is true and one that is synthetic. Yeah, something is missing. Be honest with yourself and remain willing to let your situation be revealed for what it really is, not what you want it to be. Again, my ladies in the membership, you know what this is about. An apple can't become an orange, just as a dog can never be a bird. Are you trying to change someone or something to suit your agenda? Only when you see things as they truly are will you find the real treasure. And this, I feel, is about you seeing yourself for who you truly are. And that unfinished business with yourself and possibly with others. How you see others. And this is something that I'm very intimately familiar with right now, where I'm managing my expectations on people, especially when it comes to love interests and just people, and even myself. Like, what are the expectations I really have on myself, that, and are they really helping? Like, are they realistic? Are they helpful or hindering? What do I believe? And Soulmate came out again. So soulmates originally came out from the Romance Angels deck. And in this deck, I was playing around and it came out. Now, it came up in the reverse, too. So this just basically means, like, relationships that are quite trying. These are slightly more harmonious relationships, but either way, it's relationships that come to change us. So this could be, I was talking about relationships and this comes out. Um, I'll put this here. Um, yeah, so for some of you, it could be about like what your expectations are with people. This is deep knowing. Again, intuition coming out. And Colette recently had this card for this week. She was saying how it was about using our she really went off the script on that one. I was like, "Girl, you ain't talking about the book, what the book says." But she was talking about how we know and how we second guess ourselves and put ourselves into a state of exhaustion. There's certain things that you know you need to look at that you might be refusing to look at. And oddly enough, I don't know what this entity is, but these are sort of eclipsing, isn't it? So that's funny. That's hardcore. And there's wisdom there. It does come out in the reverse, so it's about, I mean, that talks about being a human being and not a human doing, but where's 42? It's 35. It's 45. What's 32? Hold on a second. When the moon met the sun in the sky. Chop wood. This is not. I don't like. The chop wood is missing here. And I feel like this is not the time to chop wood. A lot of people are watching this, and I think I take for granted the fact that I know what chop wood means, and there's people who are new who don't, or who have never had a reading with chop wood carry water that don't know what that means. Chop wood is like, go get busy, do something, get busy, start preparing, right? Right now, I feel like it's missing, or if it did show up, it would be in the protection, possibly, because it's time to get serious. And yes, chopping wood is serious, but I feel like it's a serious in terms of like it's not about preparing, it's a time for like action and moving in the direction of what it is you want to, where it is you want to go. But loose, I don't know where it is I want to go. Focus on, like I always say, the essence. What is the feeling that you want? For the longest time this whole month, when it's come to this, I have just been saying, like, what do I want? I just want peace. I want to feel peace. I want to feel calm. I want to feel peaceful. And I found it. Were there some like bumps in the road? Was there some like overload and some angst around that? Hell yeah, there was. And then eventually an opportunity presented itself that I was not expecting, and I was able to get the clarity that I needed, and I found peace. I've been in a state of peace for the most part for a couple of days, and I want to offer that to you in terms of taking action over whatever this might be for you, whatever unfinished business is there for you, whatever is missing for you, whatever you think is not going in the flow of things, and whatever you need to question your loyalty to. Are you loyal to it enough, right? If you're saying that, oh, I want to be loyal to my body and taking care of her or him, are you really doing that? Like, how loyal are you to that promise? Are you holding yourself to the expectation that is too high? Do you need to manage your expectations on yourself? Do you need to manage your expectations on others? Like, what is that for you? And then 44 is what, like blessing or something? No, that's 22. What is 44? That's thinker. Funny. That's really funny. Yeah, thinker is missing because I feel like this is definitely more so about intuition. That talks about intuition. This talks about intuition. So it's about moving through intuition, not thinking, oh, well, I think this, that, and the other. It could pop out. Either one of those cards that I mentioned could pop out, but I feel like this is a time for you to really sit by a diffuser and just breathe. Not sit by the diffuser, but like just have it on. Do even the previous tool that I shared was the stones actually. holding the stone if you need like an aid to just kind of get into calm and present moment. It's 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 finding a way to tap into your intuition, and moving from that space. And sometimes you won't know you're moving from that space because you'll just be in the flow. You'll be moving from that space following inspired action. So, see, that's funny because she was saying something completely different. um, this talks about empathic overload also. So, I do believe I'm still sticking to the story of following your intuition. But then it also feels like with all of this seriousness and what's missing and this unfinished business, for some that are feeling the pressure of it, for some that are actually pushing against the flow of things and trying to like figure things out and not being where they're at and like really using their um, intuitive knowing to move through a certain space, this is the message for you. And most likely for all of us, it's just about finding a way to use, obviously our intuition is always working, you can't turn it off, like I mean you probably could, but it's more about like using it. um for instance, today I was doing a shit ton of readings and I felt really really tired and my head was hurting, like my frontal cortex, I forget what is it called, my frontal lobe, my front cortex, like it was really hurting, kind of where like the third eye would be. So that to me was this. However, following my intuition is still that thing that says, "Hey, click your car keys twice to fight, to fear away any animals, to scare away any like, it's still using it, but also being discerning with it, and so that you can use it in a clearer way, or at least tap into it in a clearer way and be guided by it in a clearer way." So it says you're in empathy overload, and need to get grounded again. So tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive. You're suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for a recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries. Take a salt bath. Empty your mind and get back to you. It's not time to be too open. Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need self care and self love. It's time to say no thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. Won't that feel good? And I feel like this could be even more of like the overall energy of what you've been loyal to. Have you been loyal to things or people, places, experiences, masks, titles, former states of being that are no longer serving you? This is a great time. Like any time is a great time. But this is a good time because it's happening on the collective level. So there's like energy supporting that for you to move through and leave that stuff. Everything that I was saying before, this does coincide. That last line does coincide. I feel like every time I get this card, it's because I've been like reading a lot, and so I feel like that message was for me. But like, to make it for you, I mean, obviously it's for you as well, but it's about you setting those boundaries and being loyal to what you actually want to be loyal to moving forward through this space. Anything else? Yeah. It's about climbing up from rock bottom. It's about entering into a new beginning. It's about leaving bottom behind and entering into a new space. She's in the clouds here in time to go. And here, this is a rock bottom card. She's ascending upwards. This is good. This is good. There's nowhere to go but up. And sometimes you might feel like you're in a darker space, that things are closing in on you and things are feeling claustrophobic, but it's it's moving you through to what's on the other side. And again, like some of you might just have like a regular ass day today, but it's these types of energies, because I realized I was like, why do my readings are always so deep? Like, why? So now I know it's because I'm basically reading with all major arcana, and that's crazy. Like it's major, like big energies. So the big energy for today is leaving old spaces, and the spaces that you're leaving is bottom, baby. That's awesome. The spaces that you're leaving is bottom. That's funny because this is 10, unfinished business, and bottom, like rock bottom, is 10. These are both 10s. And that's, also completion, and that's awesome. Now, unfinished business is not done, so you might still be at the bottom if where it feels like it's squeezing, but you're on your way up. You might be in the middle where you're like, man, I thought I was fucking done with bottom. I thought I was reaching the mountaintop, but I'm still here. You're still ascending, baby. You might be at the top being like, oh man, have I arrived? You're still going, baby. You're still you're still growing. You're still growing. You're still letting go of what's down below. You're not going back down. You're not stagnant. You are moving through. This is a time to get serious. This is serious. um yeah. Um yes. Yeah. Yep. It is. It is. I want to say heavy, but it's serious. It's time to get serious. That's really it. I mean, this card summed it all up in short. It's time to get serious about things. You're ascending and moving through from bottom, from whatever bottom was for you, whatever bottom is for you. Like it's time to go. It's time to really make conscious decisions over what it is that you want to move through. Now, whether it's today that you're doing that, I would hope that after watching this video, you're at least like, okay, what areas of my life am I feeling like I'm lacking in, or what areas of my life would I really like to be better? You could be a G, you could be a boss, like you could be killing it, but again, like I've worked with high achievers before, and myself being a high ass achiever, I'm someone who, even when things are going swimmingly, like the average person would be very happy. I'm someone who's like, okay, but how can I make this better? Because average to me is basic. Excelling for an average person is basic for me. Like, how can I top, go above and beyond? So there's, whatever area of your life that you want to elevate, now is the time to do that. I don't want to say there's always stuff to improve because I don't want people, I really love when the smoke is like up in here. Because I don't want people to feel exhausted with their human. But arguably, if there is something in your life that you do want to improve, that you are excited to improve and to elevate, rather. I like elevate. Thanks for that. If there are things in your world that you want to elevate, now is a good day to get into the feel of that. That's the guidance for today. That's what I would say. Okay? Alright, so I appreciate you. I was hoping to end this at 33:33, but I can't. I appreciate you, and I hope that you've enjoyed this reading with our friend, um, the diffuser over there. Again, I put the link in the description box to get your own. I really like the diffuser. I wanted to get it for a really long time. And when I got it, I was very excited, and I've bought a whole bunch of oils, and I use it in ways that I never thought that I would, but it's kind of one of those divine, like, crumbs that are dropped for us, and then you're like, oh, I see why I wanted this so badly. If you'd like a personal reading for your situation or whatever's going on in your world, what you need to know about something, what you need to know about a person, what you need to know about yourself and where you're at, whatever, you can book a snapshot reading, a general reading, or an in-depth reading. Yeah, don't be a stranger. And what else? If you like the video, let me know. Comment below if this is an energy that is resonating with you, or at least, even if I don't know how it can't, I feel like any person that's clicked on this video is someone who does want to elevate something in their world, and now is the time to do that. Now is the time to step into that and say, okay, intuition, guide me, and this is the essence of what I want. Please guide me to it. And using this opportunity to go for it and to get serious about it. It could be as it relates to relationships here. It could be as it relates to self there. Relationships of all kind, romantic and whatever. It could be about belonging and really kind of testing your sense of belonging and moving into a new sense of belonging, a better fit of belonging.